From the advertising media capital of the world, New Milford, Connecticut, wherever that is. This is Mostly Automotive Marketing with Matt Wilson, a bi-weekly-ish podcast about all things automotive marketing. Now, here's your host, Matt Wilson.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Season 5 episode of Mostly Automotive Marketing with Matt Wilson, the twice weekly-ish podcast. Now it's twice weekly-ish. It was bi-weekly-ish. Now it's twice weekly-ish. Like my new Season 5 set, new angle, 2 guitars that I can't play behind me. Yeah, I can't play those. I don't even know how to tune them, but they look good. Mostly Automotive Marketing with Matt Wilson, presented by Silverback Advertising, online at silverbackadvertising.com. Let's talk about bad words. I have a 7-year-old, so I'm always trying to teach him about bad words. And I've taught my 7-year-old that stupid is a bad word, right? Buddy, you can't say stupid. It's a bad word. Oh, okay, Daddy, I can't say stupid. So, you're doing a good job trying to teach your kids not to use bad words. And then some other kid drops the F-bomb on the school bus. And all of a sudden, stupid doesn't seem like such a bad word when they're hearing all the other words on the school bus. Great parenting, by the way, folks. I mean, come on. I'm trying to teach my kid. So those are bad words. You're always trying to teach kids bad words. We have bad words in the automotive industry. It's actually 2 words right now, and I don't like it. They're dirty words, and they're chip shortage. Those are our bad words. Chip shortage. I don't like to hear them, but I need help understanding them. I talk to my dealers a lot, dealers that I work with through my agency, friends of mine that are dealers, whether they're owners or executive managers, GMs, whoever they are, and chip shortage is bad. I understand it, but let's talk to somebody who's been keeping a close eye on what's going on. He is the executive vice president at Binary Automotive Solutions. His name is David Adcock. Let's bring him in here. Hi, David. How you doing?
Good, Matt. How are you?
Good. Thanks for coming on again. I appreciate it. Hope things are well over there at Binary. Let's talk about the chip shortage. For folks listening, maybe there's some folks in the automotive industry. You just looked down when I said chip shortage.
I'm trying not to use the word stupid problem, but I'm trying to make sure I'm listening to make sure I watch my language.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, so give us for those listening who do not know, what is the chip shortage?
Well, as everybody knows, automobiles now are so amazingly technological. We've got all the different computers that are in them and all that type of thing. And basically, for the 30,000-foot view, we do not have the necessary computer chips to make the vehicles run. We're looking at videos of NASCAR speedways in Kansas or in Kentucky filled with cars that are basically glorified paperweights right now. They don't run, and without the chips, without those computer chips, we don't have cars to sell to the public.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
Okay, so lots of dealers, have what they have on the ground, and they're not getting their allocation in the next couple of months, right? Is that accurate? Those cars aren't coming from the factory.
No, so you're hearing different things, different timelines, but basically, Matt, you're exactly right. We've got dwindling inventories and not enough cars coming in to replace what we're selling.
So I was going to ask you a question: are we overreacting? But we're not. Clearly, we're not, as an industry, overreacting to this.
We are not overreacting. This is a situation that has a lot of us surprised. How we've gotten here. We knew this was coming. And how manufacturers have not been ahead of this problem is a little concerning and shocking to us. There's a lot of money being lost on a daily basis by all the auto manufacturers.
Am I right or wrong in saying that? Okay, so then the chips start to come in whenever that is. The chip shortage, air quotes, chip shortage is over, but now all these dealers have no cars. Do the factories have the capacity to churn out the number of cars that we all need for like a quick recovery? Or is, the chip shortage is over? Is it going to be like, now we can't get them fast enough?
So here's the good news. The good news is a lot of them are still producing vehicles. We watched a video the other day, which was very sad, of a plant where they drove a vehicle off the assembly line took it out into a massive parking lot with tens of thousands of vehicles, parked the car, reached in, took the computer chip out of the vehicle, and back in to get the next one. So the good news is
that's depressing.
That if we can get the chips that we're waiting on, the inventory, they're still producing inventory. I think we can solve the problem for the most part relatively quickly once we have access to the chips that we need.
So, okay, that's good news. Cars are being made. We're sharing. We're making 500 cars, but we're all sharing one chip to get the cars tested and out of the assembly line, parking it, taking the chip out of it, and then going to the next car. So we're making cars. So when the chips shortage is over, they can plug in thousands of chips into these cars, and then boom, get them transported to dealers.
That's what's going to happen. That creates a whole new list of problems. But yes,
that's transportation issues.
You're going to have all kinds of issues with what's going on now, the pre-owned market and how that's changing because of the new car chip shortage, and then what's immediately going to happen because we're overpaying for pre-owned vehicles right now. What's going to happen to the values of those vehicles the moment we restock with the new? Oh goodness, it's entertaining.
Before we get into what we can do to make it through here the next couple of months, how long are we going to have to? How long, in your opinion, are we going to have to make it through the next couple of months? Like, when is the shortage going to be over, and are there going to be chips in cars and cars on trucks coming?
If I had that crystal ball, I'd probably be doing something really important today. But
right.
I will tell you that I've heard all kinds of things in the spectrum. I've heard everything from dealers telling me that the factories are saying, be prepared for this to go through the rest of the year. And then I'm hearing dealers tell me that the factory's telling them that we're 60 days away, maybe 90 days at the outside. I know that Intel has begun repurposing one of their big plants in Arizona to manufacture these chips. Right. So hopefully we are closer to that 60 to 90 day window, because if it goes past that, it's going to get ugly.
Yeah, I mean that's 60 days is middle of July, 90 days is middle of August, right? Is that right? I'm terrible at math, so I don't even know. Now you're talking about Labor Day weekend already. So now we got Memorial Day, summer, Labor Day weekend. I mean, let's look at it from a customer perspective. This is true. I'm a customer. My lease, I have 2 cars that are leased, and their leases are up in January. Am I going to have trouble finding the car that I want in January?
Let's hope not.
Awesome.
Based on what we're hearing, I'm thinking that come January, you're going to be in good shape.
Yeah.
But the other side of that is, this is the selling season. Summer is when we sell the most vehicles. In the event that this goes through summer, the pent-up demand that's going to be sitting on the sidelines waiting for these new cars to arrive, once they start stocking lots, you may have an awful lot of people buying up cars, and we'll have to see what that does to the supply.
Yeah. All right. So obviously this, affects many facets of our business. There's trickle down, and it's affecting used cars and auctions and rental companies, and it's a whole thing. Sure. Okay. So what can we do? You are a dealer that sells 150 new cars a month, and you have 100 cars in stock. Okay. So that's an issue. So what is the deal? What can the dealers do to maximize success through this chip shortage?
I think there's a few things that you're going to be able to look at. The first thing that I have told most people is, this is an opportunity for you to actually now go through and look at all the processes that you have in your dealership, how you do everything from A to Z, including your service drive, which I think is obviously going to play a very large role in what goes on during this period of time. If people are keeping their cars instead of trading them in, you've got an opportunity for your service drive to be successful. I think that you're going to have to work on your finance departments. We're going to have to make some changes in our finance departments, looking at your menus. How is it that you're presenting these menus? A lot of stores have one menu, some have a new and a pre-owned. Are we reordering some of the products? Because in this world, there are going to be products that are more important during this time than they usually are. A paint protectant program. One of the things we're hearing is some people talking about buying a pre-owned car as a stopgap, waiting for the new car vehicles to come in. Right. Well, you want to keep that car looking and running the way it's supposed to. So maintenance programs and maybe paint protection, appearance protection may be more important. Maybe we rearrange some menus to take advantage of that situation. But I think the biggest thing you can do right now is to make sure you do everything you can to make sure all your processes are rock solid so that when we start seeing the outside of this, you have the ability to run.
Do you think that is there like a here's the next worst case scenario? Like, I don't want to get all super negative here, but are we going to be okay with our used car inventories?
Well, that's a problem. And the reason that's becoming a problem is supply and demand. When you don't have new vehicles to sell, you've got more people looking at pre-owned.
Right.
So now what you're seeing is the pre-owned values are going way up right now. Dealers are having a difficult time getting pre-owned cars because of the cost. So your pre-owned inventories are even struggling because of what's happening. And then you've got to get customers who are willing to pay the price necessary to get these pre-owned cars that are exceptionally valuable right now. And then we're going to deal with the drop in value the moment that we start putting new cars on the lot.
Yeah, right. And you're going to have a lot full of used cars that you spent way too much money on. That, yeah. You know, I saw something on LinkedIn today. Is somebody, I think it was either photoshopped or somebody didn't hit the button and was being goofy. And maybe you saw, but it was like somebody buying a car at the auction, and it was like a Mitsubishi, and they had it listed as they were on the online auction, and the bid was like $322,000. And they're like, man, it's getting out of hand.
It is
it's not far off though.
Yeah, it's let's hope we don't get to that point, but it's not far off right now. I know that I've talked to a couple dealers. I was in a Ford dealer in another state earlier this week who made a comment to me that they're willing to buy an F-150 that is less than 3 years old, that has less than 50,000 miles on it, for more than the customer paid for it when they originally bought it.
Wow.
So, that equation in the end does not add up.
Are there any manufacturers that you know of that are immune to this, or this is like across the board as far as you know?
This is across the board. Every one of the vehicles that are out there are dependent upon these computer chips, all the way down to key fobs. There's not anybody that's going to be immune to this. Some of them, because they sell less cars, may have a little bit of an advantage, some of the higher end models, right. But no, I don't think you're going to see anybody that's going to get out of this completely unscathed. Is
it possible that it's smart for all of us to just switch to Vespas? Is that a good solution?
I suppose that's possible. The Flintstones, they didn't need any computer chips.
Right.
So there's right now, the people that have asked me, I've told them, stay in what you got. Very similar to what the housing situation is right now. Stay in what you got. Wait for us to get on the other side of this.
Yep. Good advice and good info from David Adcock, Executive Vice President, Binary Automotive Solutions, Inc. David wrote the article on Dealer Marketing Magazine, which is dealermarketing.com. The article is called "The Chip Shortage is Coming. Is Your Used Inventory Ready?" So I invite you to check it out over at dealermarketing.com. David, good stuff, and I appreciate your time as always.
Hi, buddy. I appreciate you having me on. Thank you very much.
You got it. And I enjoy your stuff on Dealer Marketing. So keep up the good stuff. I'm enjoying all the articles.
Will do. Thank you.
There you go. Another episode of Mostly Automotive Marketing with Matt Wilson. Thanks to David for joining us. And thanks to Dealer Marketing Magazine for hooking us up. I appreciate it. Mostly Automotive Marketing with Matt Wilson, presented by Silverback Advertising at silverbackadvertising.com.
Mostly Automotive Marketing with Matt Wilson is brought to you by... Wait, this guy has sponsors? Oh, never mind. This sheet of paper's blank. No sponsors. That makes more sense. For updates, info, future episodes, and more, follow on Twitter, subscribe on YouTube, like on Facebook, and connect on Frackle. You guys made that last one up. That's not even a thing, Frackle. Come on.